Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel and to working again on Roxley's weekly challenge. It's week 31 and we're going to be doing some pockets from scrapbook paper leftovers, scraps. But before I start, I did get a request from one of my lovely subscribers, and there are many of you, to show the finished what they call them, paper bags that I made in the last challenge that I did, which was week 29. I didn't do week 30 for two reasons. One, I was really pushed for time last week, and I really struggled to find time to film. But also, I couldn't see how I would use the things that Rachel was making. I didn't really get them. They weren't my sort of thing, and I thought, well, even if I did some, I can't see that I'd ever use them. So I thought, well, I'll just take a week out. I do that occasionally, either if I'm pushed for time or if what she's making isn't quite up my street. So I made these 2 weeks ago, so I thought I'd just show you quickly because I think I did some finishing off camera, and I'll go through each one. This was the small one that didn't have the extra bit at the top. And it's just got this little bit of lace and fabric and a little piece of... This is actually a little bit of vellum that was decorated that we did in Roxy's Weekly Challenge the previous year. No, it wasn't even last year, I think it's 2021. And I still got some of those knocking around. So I put that on there and I really liked that one. And then this one is the slightly autumnal one, or one of the more autumnal ones. This is from one of the autumn kits. Whether I use it, I don't know. If you remember, I was really struggling to cut across here with my decal edge or, fancy edge scissors. And I realised afterwards that partly it was because the gluing was a bit wet, but also because where it was joined at the back, it's double thickness of the paper. And I think either my hand's not strong enough or the scissors aren't good enough. So I ended up taking my normal scissors and just doing a bit of a wiggly line. It's not great. It's not straight across, but it's as best I could do. So that's why that doesn't look quite right and why I struggled with that, because it's thicker there. And so I just had a couple of labels on there and another bit of fabric and a bit of this, is that burlap? No, I'm not sure. I can never remember what that's called. I think it might be burlap or something like that. This one I just left plain. I haven't really done anything with this one. It's quite busy, apart from finishing off and inking around the edge. This one had a little bit of fabric on it and a bit of lace here. And that's all I've done, again, because I thought it was pretty as it was. This is the one that's definitely quite autumnal in the colours, but it's a bit on the big side, so I'm not sure about it. I'll see how it fits on the page. Bit of fabric and lace again, just these little swatches and a label, a Roxy's weight label at the bottom. And then there's this one. I really like this one. So again, a little nice bit of lace and a bit of fabric. I think you may have seen me do some of these swatches. I can't remember what I did in the actual video. And then we've got some bit of collaging down the bottom with some book page and another Roxy label. So very simple, these. I really like them, and I'm hoping I'll find a way to use them because they're very pretty. So that was those. So that's the last challenge I did. And now it's time, if I can just get those over there. Now it's time to get on with this week's. So I do have a hell of a lot of scrapbook scraps. I've got like 10 times more than this. I just pulled out a few that I like the look of. I don't know, definitely won't get many of them done, as you can probably imagine. I'll just pull this one out because this is actually very thin. It's more like a paper. And I'm thinking this is actually quite autumnal. I think it's an old autumn piece of paper. I've had it for many years and used bits of it. And I thought, well, I might hang on to that as a decorative paper rather than as a background paper. Use it to perhaps decorate other things to make it look autumnal. So I'll hang on to that for decoration. I've also got this pad. This is one that actually I think Rachel had, and she mentioned that she had this Forest by Stamperia, or Stamperia, I don't know how best pronounce it. And it's not something she'd ever do, but she said she would, anybody doing an autumn journal would find, there's lots of things in here for them. And I thought, well, yeah, she's right. I've used it quite a bit. I've used bits of it, but I've got loads of it left. And I may well use journal cards, or there's loads of tags. There's some fussy cuts. I'm thinking the odd squirrel may make its way into my journal. I mean, not all of it is suitable, but there's certainly quite a lot of pages in here which would work really well. Look at him. He's adorable. I think he might make quite a nice pocket just as he is, and just put him on the page. Clip him at the side. Perhaps I'll pull him out and do that. Get him ready. I just love that. And all these lovely tags. There's some fussy cuts here. Again, there's a lovely little squirrel. Not the birds. Not the fish. The birds I like. I don't know if I associate them with autumn, though. I do the fox, perhaps, and the leaves and the berries, and all. So maybe the hedgehog. So there's a few bits I could actually put in, and there's some lovely papers here that I may be able to use for larger piece of ephemera. So I don't really know quite what I'll do yet, but I thought I'd put that to one side, so I've got that as an option to use when I'm working on that journal, and then I might just get him ready. So I'll either, how big is he? Just see how big he is. If I can make him a big pocket to go on a page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's quite wide. I'm not sure. I might have to cut some of the green off. So I'll put him aside, and I might work on him. And really, all I'm going to do is just cut him down, make sure he fits, and then do a side clip with my circle punch for a pocket. So it'll either be at the side or at the top. I'm not quite sure. So I'll put him to one side. There's not much point in working on that right now. Let's start having a look at some of these pieces. Now, I've had this piece of scrapbook paper. It's actually half of a 12 by 12, so 6 by 12, but it was in 4 sections, and they're all the same. They're all like a letter, or lots of letters. You know, it's kind of like postal background or something. So I thought, well, actually, I could make that into almost like postcardy pockets. So let's try cutting that down. I've been wanting to use that for quite a while, but I was never quite sure because of the size. But let's try cutting it down. I might only be able to get 2 out of it. I'm not sure how it will look once I've cut the top. So I'm thinking, if I did it at 3 inches, is that too? It's not really quite deep enough for a pocket. It really needs to be about 3.5, I think, to be a proper postcard. And then I think it needs to be about 4 wide, maybe 4.5, 4.25, I think. Is that a good size? Looks a bit small now. But a small pocket's okay. I can do something slightly different with the other piece. So that's quite a nice little scrappy bit. It's not particularly thick, so I'm just going to cut that there, I think. So that could be a side tuck, couldn't it? Like that. Yep, maybe. And then I think I'm going to make this a bit bigger. Make it 4.5 tall. 4? So look at 4. 4 is enough. And then I think I'll make it 5 wide. Maybe a bit more. Let's have a look at that. Actually, what I might do is take off this other border, because it's the only bit that's there now, isn't it? All the rest has come off, so I don't know if I take that off. Let's have a look at that as a pocket. I think that makes quite a nice pocket. Yep, so let's get see if this is working today. Try and eyeball the middle. There we are. And same with this one. Yeah, it's a little pocket, but it's all right. This one, it's not been... Have I cut that straight? Oh, I'm not sure I have. Well, yeah. No, not really. Are you straight? That's still not straight. That's a bit better. Oop. So that could be a belly band. Could make lots of bits out of this. It's just a really fun bit of paper, I think, and it could go on any style of journal, really. Put that up there for a moment. So this piece looks like, to me, like a side tuck. This is one of the ways that Rachel differentiated between tags and side tucks. Side tuck just has a corner, cut off one corner, one side, and then it's a side tuck on the side of the page, that side. But if you want to make it belly band, you cut the other corner off. This one, let's see how wide that is, if that's a suitable width for a belly band. Yeah, of course it's 6, of course it is, because they're all 6 by 6. I think it's a little wide. I may have to trim that down a little. I'll make it, cut a piece off here. I think I can make it about 5 wide. Maybe 5 and a bit. That'll do it. So we have a side tuck, a belly band, and 2 standard pockets of different sizes. So we made a start, and that's just out of one 6 by 12 piece of paper. We're going to end up with an awful lot here. I'm not sure about this piece. It's almost a bit too bland to play with, isn't it? This is quite a nice piece. This is, I think, some Blue Fern Studio paper. You can tell because it's so thick. So I think we're looking at, it's too big to fold up, because I had thought you could make some pockets with some of these. Not pockets, envelopes. But this is going to be very thick, so I'm going to cut it. I think I'll cut it down into pockets. Maybe that's one pocket, and then maybe I'll cut the other one down the middle and make 2 side tucks opposite each other. That would be quite nice. Now that's going to be a bit wide, I think. Let's see. That's 6. Yeah, it's about 6 inches wide. That's too big. I'm going to have to cut that down a bit, make it 5. And then this piece I shall cut at 3, and we'll have 2 side tucks. And make a pair, which would be quite nice. Another little scrap. I don't know whether I'll keep all my scraps. Comes a point when you just can't keep everything. So this one needs a thumb hole. Okay. And that goes on this pile here. Let's put those up here. And these 2, I cut them facing each other, and then they should have pockets, had the corners cut out the opposite side, shan't they? Hang on. I want that side and that side, don't I? Yeah, that side. Figure it out where I want them cut out. And it'd be quite nice perhaps to even sew around these afterwards. So I'll actually have them facing each other like that. So I like those. They're really nice. Yep. 2 side tucks. Let's see, what have we got next? Well, I have this delightful piece. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know I don't do bugs. I am not keen on bugs at all. So I think I'm going to collage on this and cover up. I might leave, the butterflies visible, because you don't have to cover up, because it's quite nice. It's got a lovely script in the background. I just want to cover up the bugs because I don't like them. Each to our own, eh? Some people don't like butterflies. So I just put that on there. It's not much contrast, that piece, is it? It's not very easy to see. This will show up a bit better, I think. Okay, can go on there. Let's just check that I haven't got anything I like any better. No. No, that's fine. Okay, I'll put that on there. Which is the new one and which is the old one? I think that's the old one, I think. Right. You go over there. Okay. And if I can put this up here, maybe up that way. Don't know. I've got a few autumnal bits and pieces in my box. This is a bit of my jelly printing that's been stamped on, all part of Roxy's Weekly Challenge as well. So I wonder if I can put a piece of that down the side. Put that down there, like that. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we've just had a really nice weekend. So my sister and her husband came. I think it's the first time they've ever actually come and stayed with us, because it's a fair old journey for them. They took them over 2 hours to get here, because the weather was atrocious, and it's always worse. The journey would always be worse when it's raining, because of where we've moved. We're just that bit further away from them. So they came and stayed over, which was really nice, because they came to visit us about 3 weeks after we moved in. So they've seen it when it was really had hardly anything done to it. So they were quite interested to see, what we've done with the house since they last came, and here are our plans for future. But for the renovations that are going to be happening. So that was really nice, and we went to see my eldest daughter and my granddaughter and future son-in-law. That can go on there, yes, I think it will. Just for a couple of hours, just for them to catch up. And Jenny could tell them when the date of her wedding, so that they could put it in their diaries, which is lovely. And it was really nice. I think they enjoyed themselves. The weather improved on Sunday, so we had a nice walk over up around the village, around the back of the village, where it's, because we're on a bit of a hill, so when you kind of walk out of the village, it's just like beautiful vistas all around. It's so lovely. So we kind of wanted to show it off a little bit. They seemed to be very reasonably impressed. No, it was really nice. That bit I think I'd prefer. Yeah, that bit can go there. I don't know, I'm just kind of throwing things on really. Not thinking too much about it, just trying to cover up the bits I don't like. Stick that up there, I think. There we are. And what else can I put on there? Let's see if I've got any more autumn colours. I've got this piece, this bit of end paper. Got any more bits in here? Nice bit of, what's her name? Edith Holden. A little bit of that. Just trying to look for the colours that might work. I have some bits over this side. Oh, I do have this piece. Put that down here. Yep. Where's my book gone? Where has my glue book gone? There it is. Okay. This is from the Autumn Wonder kit, this piece. By Junk Journal Studio. And I wonder if that would go on there. Where's that other piece I had? That could go there, couldn't it? Yep, I'm going to put that little piece along the bottom. Okay, put a little piece there. Need a piece across the top here. Whoops, sticking it to itself. just do a bit of that. That there. And then there's still a little bit of the script and a bit of butterfly showing behind. That's great. And then when I cut it up, I can always put something like a focal point over the top. Have I got the right bit? I think I have. I forget which bit I was going to put on here. Okay, so this piece can go here. So, are we talking side tucks here? Because it's all going this way now. If I did pockets, they'd be orientated the wrong way, won't they? I think I might just cut it into 2 side tucks. That's kind of what Rachel did quite a few of, and they are, well, side tucks or tags. I think I'll do side tucks because they're just something different. How big is it? Is it 6 or is it more than 6? It's just a little over 6, so that's all right. We'll just do it just a tick over 3. Okay. I'll just trim off those bits on the side. And don't think, are there any bits to trim? Yes, it's a little bit at the bottom that needs a trim. Okay. Get all these scrappy bits out of the way, otherwise it's going to confuse my finished items. Well, not all finished, they're just cut ready to finish. So I've got those. So I want that and that, don't I? Yeah, I'll do those. Don't think I don't know if I've ever done side tucks like this before. So these would be something different for me to have in my made ephemera box, because I usually do full height but side tucks. Hadn't really thought of doing little ones like this. And the other thing I want to make is some corner pockets, don't I? I could have done this into corner pockets. I forgot about that. Never mind, too late. Or is it? Is it? Yes, it is. Don't think this was big enough anyway. Right, so those are 2 more. Bear in mind, this is only going to be a single signature journal, so let's move on from autumn and do some other things. So what can we do here? I wonder. They could be quite small corner pockets, couldn't they? 5 inches. Yeah, cut a 5-inch square. Well, I don't know if it's 5 inches tall. How tall are you? 4.5. Well, that's okay. So I'm going to cut it on the diagonal. Like that. think I'll just do as Rachel does, just cut off those little corners, perhaps not as big a piece as she does on hers, but I think I will cut those corners off. Okay, it's that one. And then, is that the same? Yep. That can go. See how wide I made it? Because also, it's probably 5 inches, was a little bit wide. Okay, and a little piece off there. Alright, so we have got 2 pockets. One's a bit taller than the other. Oh, never mind. Right. That won't matter. I may have cut too much off the second one. Maybe I should cut the other one to match. Should I? Should I? How big a difference is it? Quite a lot. I better make them match, hadn't I? Otherwise they're going to look odd. And they'll bother me. Just get the top one off so I don't cut that as well. Again. That's still not quite right. If I cut that, I don't know, just keep cutting them down until they're both tiddly tiddly, won't I? Anyway, that's it. I'm stopping now. Right, okay. Now this one, are we talking, would make a pretty belly band, although it'd be too wide. How wide are we? Could I get a tag out of it as well? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then no, I don't think so. Okay, we're going to make 2 pockets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so if I cut it at 3.5, and we'll make 2 pockets. That way. Yep. And let's cut this out. Oh. It's quite thick when it's 2 of them. Right, 2 of those pockets. Oh, the corner pockets need to go somewhere separate. That's the Malone belly band. Get rid of all the little tiny bits, otherwise I just get buried in tiny pieces, don't I? Right, what else we got? I think that could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish, about 5. So again, I might cut this up and make this into 2 more corner pockets. Make it a bit taller, I think. 2 tallish ones. Let's go for that. Line up those corners. Get one in the right place and the other one shifts. There we are, I think we're about there. And then we'll just take, I think we might just do them together. So, no, that's the same. So that's got to go, oh, I suppose that could go for a top tuck, couldn't it? They could go like that. Could do it like that. I do prefer them. I don't really do top tucks particularly. So let's just trim off the corners a little together so they're the same. Should have done that before, shouldn't I? And then the same with this one. Oop. It's curling up, it won't go under. There we are. Okay. So there's two corner pockets. So the writing will be upside down or sideways, not sure yet. So right way up if it's there. Oh well, I'll decide when I get to use it what way round it's going to go. And I guess this is that wide? No, it's not really wide enough as a belly band, so that can be. Oh, we're meant to be doing pockets, aren't we? I know, corner pockets are there. But I don't think that's big enough for a side tuck either. That's going to have to be a small tag. Just going a bit rogue with this one because I don't think it works as any of the pockets. It's just not big enough, but I don't want to waste it. This could always be decorated in, well, multiple ways really. And you could write on the back here. Or you could decorate the green side and write on the other side. Either side would work. So, tag. I'm going to have to start thinking about decorating one or two of these, aren't I, in a minute? I didn't think I'd get many done today. Let's see, what have we got here? Ooh, these are nice. So I've got these two. So this one, I don't know, they sort of go together. Well, particularly if I do it that way around. This is that lovely background paper that I used for my ephemera book in the previous weekly challenge. Now, how big are these? Just going to measure it. That's just over 7 inches tall, so that's kind of a full height, more or less full height side tuck. So this is the same, presumably. Yeah. So those I think could definitely go together. Probably best if this is the right way up. Yeah. Those are quite a nice pair. So, yep. Fold it over. Oh, shall I cut the corner or shall I put a notch? There's a thought. Because they're taller, could do those with a side notch. Yes, I think I will. So a slightly different type of side tuck because it's taller. So I'm putting that in it. Yep, I like that. It goes with the other side tucks. And what else? Oh, I've got this beautiful piece of 6x6 Tim Holtz, which is what's left over for when I was making my little ephemera books, and I had a couple of pages I didn't use. I think I'm going to have to cut that in half. Yep. Or do I do... I don't want to cut through the floral or the bird. Oh, I wonder if I could do a belly band. How wide? That's because it's 6 inches wide, so a bit wide for belly bands. wonder. So I've got that kind of pocket, which I could do. It's too big for one pocket though. How about I make one pocket and one belly band? We'll do that. So we'll make, I'll have to cut it down a bit, I think. Can I go there? Yeah, I think so. Then I've got a bit of the flower on the belly band. And then I'm going to cut it off a bit there. And I'll make this, don't want it too wide, otherwise it won't go on all of the, on any journal, would it? It needs to be just under 5, 4 3/4 I think would be best. I'm going to cut that off a bit, and then I'm going to cut again on this side, 4 3/4, because I really like the flowers, and I think the bird can lose a bit of tail. He can lose a bit of his tail. He's all right. There we are. So that's a really pretty pocket. And then the belly band needs to be, again, about 5. Cut that off. Actually, I might do that. Lose the bit of flower. Yeah, cut it 5, yep. Then I don't lose the words. Okay, so that's a belly band. Goes there. All right. That is that. That is a pocket. So let's pop in a little thumb notch. More or less in the middle. One. Okay. Well, that would make quite a nice, that's a lovely pocket there, isn't it? Just there. Beauty is in the little things. I mean, that just works just as it is. How big do we want that to be? 5 is probably plenty for a pocket. I might just cut that off a little bit at the top because it's just a bit too big. And that's a lovely pocket there. And then we have these. How tall are they? 4 inches tall. I wanted to make another pocket and a little I might make, how wide is this? Let's just check. It's 7. So if I did those 3.5, make that 3.5, and I might just make small corner pockets like that. Okay, so one goes like that, one goes like that. Alright, so I'll go it that way. Yep. So if I cut the 2 back to back, just kind of not right on the corner this time, just slightly up from the corners, should make a nice little pair. I hope, if I've done it right. Yeah, they're nice little ones, aren't they? Yep, I like varying the size of the pockets. Okay, I think, just got to do my thumb notch on this one. Okay, let's see if there's any that we need to decorate. Just going to put that to one side for now. I think we need to do these, don't we? I think that's all I'm going to have time to do today because I'm having a little trouble with my shoulder again and I don't want to overdo it. So if if the videos suddenly dry up, you'll know why. But let's try and get this little pair done. The ones I got from Timu. I wonder if one of these would go on here. That'd be an easy win, wouldn't it? I don't know if any of these are going to be quite big enough, but we'll have a look. See what we can find in this pack. Give us a chance to have a little look. See what we've got here. See, some of these are very, like we've got daffodils now, they're not autumn, are they? These are more autumnal, but they're a bit small. Well, there's a little pumpkin. He's quite sweet there. These stickers are somewhat smaller than I anticipated. See what we've got. That's slightly bigger, but I don't know if it's the right sort of flower. Let's see what we've got. Not sure about that. Oops, sticky paper. What have we got here? Really quite small things. I like that on there. Just could have done with this being a bit taller. Maybe I'll find something in my flowers. None of these are quite, well, this one is, but don't know if I like that so much. I do have a sunflower. Maybe that's going to be too much. I quite like that. I think that sunflower on there. And the pumpkin on here with these little flowers might be quite nice. Little punched squirrel on there. Not punched. Stamped. Little stamped squirrel. Just to kind of finish it off because it's already got quite a lot of detail on there already. I think I quite like those just as they are. Or I think. I've got some numbers in here that might just finish it off. Not that one. The little one. Oops. I lost control of the scissors. Cut the corner off. Just pop that down there. A little leaf. I think you can overdo these things, so I'm going to have to just cut out this little piece from the sunflower. You see this little white patch here? So I'm going to try my little knife, pen style blade. This was what I got from Timu. This is the sort of thing I had in mind, so let's see if I can make it work. Oh, I'll just have to take the top off first. Let's see if this works on here. Right, let's just glue these on, and I think that's all we're going to have time for today, and I'll just show you what we've made. It's in a bit of a pile all around me now. Open the case. Let's just pull these two out of the way so we can get them on. I've got little yellow stickers everywhere now. I don't want to cover up my little butterfly that was so careful to save. Perhaps I'll put it like that. There we are, like that. Yeah, this can be fun, trying to get the backing off these. Right, let's get these on the right way around. Okay. Yeah, that's all right. Right, so that pumpkin can go there. Oh, have I taken the back off? I thought I had. But no, apparently I hadn't. Thought I'd got that off. Okay. Alright. I did, and then I stuck it back on. Right. Pumpkin can go here. Oh, I was going to put this little number on over here, wasn't I? Okay, let's do that. Do that side. Okay. Squirrel over here. There. And then I'm just going to these little flowers, purely because they're the right colours, up in the corner. Oh, that one took longest to get off of all of them. But I think that looks quite pretty on there, on that texty background. Right, so there's my two little side tucks. They might have a little, I might sew around them, I'll probably ink around them. but for all intents and purposes they are now done. And let's have a look at what else we've made and clear some of the debris out the way. Right, so I've got one Renegade tag. I have obviously these two side tucks. Then I have these two taller side tucks. Love those. Don't know what journal they go in, but who knows. But never mind, I really like them. Then I have another pair of side tucks like this. Sort of Rachel style. Alright, so my battery died on me, as it very often does, just at that crucial moment, just as I was finishing the video. So before I was so rudely interrupted by dead battery, I was just showing you these two side tucks, which I think are really pretty, and they probably would go in a variety of journals. And this is the last one of the side tucks, just a single, but I quite like that. And there's, again, you could decorate that up into any style. I have a couple of little vertical belly bands. So I've got this little one. That's quite sweet. That would look nice with a flower on it or something, I don't know. And then this one as well, very neutral, easily decorated into any style. So that's those. So I've got all my side tucks there. Then I have my little collection of, oh, here's a little Renegade flower. While I was changing my battery, I also tried to clear the decks a little bit. But I've got little stickers everywhere, so I'm going to be finding them forevermore, I expect. Right, so I have these two little side pockets. They're rather a nice little pair. Then, I think this must be from the same, yes, with the same paper, I think. So I've got these two. That could go, I might do that like that, because that's where it should be. But I'm just, not very often do I do top tucks, but maybe that's something I should do for a change. So there's those two. And then I have these two pretty ones. So very different, but really pretty, that one. And then I have my little collection of classic pockets, I suppose you could call these. This one is lovely. Beauty is in the little things. That's really pretty. And that's that one. And then there's the Tim Holtz one. That's really nice. Another one with this material. Oh, material. My brain's going. This card, well, these are all Stamperia. Well, these are Stamperia papers. So I've got the two corner pockets and I've got these two, but decorate them up separately and they'll come out completely different, I expect. Then I have this one, which is another really nice one from the same piece as these two. This is really lovely paper. This is the Blue Fern Studios paper. That's it. I think it's Blue Fern. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. So it's nice. It's really thick. You can usually tell Blue Fern because of how thick it is. And then these two little pockets that look a little bit like little postcardy bits. So those two. So that's it for today. I didn't get a lot done. I knew I wouldn't, but I'm quite pleased with the little selection of pockets that I have got. Sorry I didn't get to decorate more, but that's the way it goes. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.